Dennis?
Oh, Dennis? Dennis, how's Sharon?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't had a chance to speak to her today.
Oh, stupid question, right. And what about you? How are you feeling?
Well, Sharon's the important one, you know. How long did I know him for? A year or so? It was nothing.
He still managed to bring your world crashing down round your ears, didn't he? Even in that short time.
Well, it kind of answers your question then, doesn't it? How I'm feeling.
I knew I shouldn't have stayed last night.
Why not?
Because I knew you'd feel bad about it in the morning.
What have I got to feel bad about?
Well, you weren't feeling too good yesterday, were you?
Den's dead. End of story.
Yeah, but you loved him. Look, you woke up in tears at least twice. And you were talking in your sleep.
Yeah, I'm going to make you coffee. I made a fresh pot about 10 minutes ago.
Right.
But help yourself. There's plenty for Jake, too. Look, I just needed someone. I know. You had Dennis. Did I?
What are you doing?
I'm doing what I normally do every morning. I'm having my run.
Not today, Dennis.
Life goes on, Dot.
Yeah, but sometimes it takes a little pause so as people can show some respect.
Respect. That's what you earn, isn't it?
Oh, Dennis, don't be like this.
Chrissie,
Oh,
what time do you want the food brought in?
doesn't seem worth bringing in outside catering. Hardly going to be the feeding of the 5,000, is it?
Well, it has to be done properly.
Yeah, I know. We'll tell them to bring it round any time. Lay it out.
Right, so any time after the funeral director's gone then? Well, you don't want it all laid out while it's all, you know, going on in here.
What are you talking about? Orders of service for today.
Yeah, I saw him last night. Yeah, I'll pick mine up later. I'm sweating conkers right now.
Is this true? That you're bringing the coffin back to the Vic?
What?
But you knew we were starting the funeral from here. No, I knew the vicar was going to say a few words. I never for 1 minute thought you were going to bring the coffin inside. But it's tradition to start the procession from home. Chrissie, I'm sorry. I just took it for granted. Well, I wish you told me. I just think under the circumstances, it's not very... Circumstances don't alter the fact that this is where Dad lived. Oh. It's only right, Dennis. Look, I know a lot of people might think it's weird, but whatever happened, this was always the place Dad came back to.
I really should have given it a miss that last time, eh?
I don't think I should have done this. Do you think I'm wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong.
But?
But nothing. Whatever you think.
What do you think?
Whatever you want today, it's fun.
You are good, I'll give you that. You've come this far and no one's rumbled you yet. No one's seen through those crocodile tears.
He was my husband, Kat.
Yeah. I bet that was a great comfort to him when you were smashing his skull into little bits. I'm no saint, fair enough, but I've never done nothing like that. And anything I have done wrong, I've paid for. It makes a big difference, believe me. It means it don't eat you up. In your head, day after day. Especially today.
That bloke, That uncle of yours who interfered with you. What would you have done to him, given half the chance?
Smashed his skull into little bits. But then I'd be telling the whole world about it. Probably be shouting it off the rooftops. I wouldn't have tried blaming it on someone else, that's for sure. Actually, Chrissie, part of me does believe you. I reckon a bit of you did love him. Once, anyway.
Oh, more than a bit, Cat.
And that's the bit that's tearing you in two. You loved him, but you did that to him. I reckon today is going to be one of the worst days of your life.
And you think I hadn't worked that one out for myself?
Has something happened? Why did you need to see me so urgently, Mum? Mum? Why aren't you saying anything to me?
Because I reckon it's time. I did a bit of listening instead.
Don't understand.
Did you do it? Did you kill Den?
Well, why do you think I'm in this place? Go on, ask this lot.
I'm asking you. I want you to look me in the eye and tell me straight, what have we got here? Is this you in over your head and giving up because you can't see any way out? Because I don't know what to believe anymore.
But you're my mum. And I'm your daughter. Shouldn't you know?
Maybe you should lend them your doorstop.
They're here.
Right. Let's get this over and done with, shall we?
Is that it? Let's get this over and done with.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to lie.
This is your father's funeral.
He's your father.
That's the only reason you're going through today, is it? For me?
What do you want me to say?
Well, I want you to say that there's a tiny bit of you that's feeling sorry right now.
For him?
For everything that went wrong. For the fact that he's lying in that box and you're feeling like this
And what
about
good's
him.
that gonna
At least
do?
then you'd be showing some feelings. Dennis, this is the last chance you're going to get. Make your peace.
Peace?
Yes. So he's not hanging over us for the rest of our lives. It's the last chance we are going to get to let all this go.
What, forgive and forget?
To move on. What's today about if it's not about that?
I'll tell you what today's about, shall I? Yeah, part of it's about being there for you and supporting you.
And the other part?
This is all about a dad you loved and lost, right? Who loved and lost you.
Yeah.
Well, at least that means there was love there in the first place.
You and him were always going to be complicated. You knew that.
That man
Dennis.
is everything that's screwed up and twisted in my life, and that's why I'm going to this funeral, to see all that go to hell.
Oh, and I'm supposed to stand next to you, am I? Knowing all that's going through your head, all that hate, all that anger.
I'm going. You can't ask me for anything else.
I'm grieving here. I'm trying to say goodbye and you're practically going to be letting off fireworks.
It's the best I can do.
Yeah, well, it's not good enough.
Billy says you haven't got it in you. And I'd never really thought about it before. I just thought that Den pushed you, like he pushed everyone, and you cracked. But Billy's right, isn't he? You haven't got anything like that in you. You never had.
That's amazing. You've just told me that I'm not a murderer, and you actually sound disappointed.
Oh. So is this what this is all about? Why you went along with everything I said? You just didn't want to disappoint me?
Well, I should be used to that by now, don't you think?
You don't disappoint me, Sam. You never have.
What, compared to Phil and Grant?
You're different to them, that's all.
Weaker, you mean, don't you? And more feeble. A lot more feeble.
Different.
You know, when I saw your face when I walked in that door the last time, it's your expression. I couldn't work it out at first because I don't think I'd ever seen it before. It was like for the first time in my life, I'd done something right.
I'd never call what happened to Den what's right.
Okay, but something that the boys would do. Something that wasn't right, but something that wasn't all that wrong either. Something that you would talk about with your friends in the pub over a drink, and you'd say, look, you know, I wish it hadn't happened, of course, but goes to show no one messes with a Mitchell, do they? And it was nice, Mum. Seeing you look at me like that. It was really nice.
I'm proud of you in a different way to the boys.
No, you're not.
And so what if you're not like them? It's no one's fault.
You know, you get a lot of time to do a lot of thinking when you're in a place like this.
Yeah. You get a lot of time to make up a lot of stories and all, don't you? One minute you give the impression that you did kill Den. Next minute you're not saying.
And now I'm wondering whether me being like this, being different to the boys, and you do mean weaker, Mum, you do mean more feeble, whether deep down that actually suited you. So I know what I'm like. I always have, but who made me like that? Who made sure of it?